There's about 1,000 logging trucks, shifting close to 28 million cubic metres of logs each year across some of the most punishing conditions in New Zealand. Conditions that can literally shorten the life of not only engines but highly loaded transmissions and final drive units. Something that Graham Sheldrake, owner of GJ Sheldrake Transport, knows all too well. Graham set up his transport company in Tokoroa in the central North Island, where 1/3 of New Zealand's logging forests are. Starting out as an owner-driver nearly 30 years ago, Graham now runs 13 trucks in a combination of general freight and dedicated loggers. Graham, tell us how it all began.
We bought a new Kenworth SAR with a self-loading crane on the back, and that was really the beginning of GJ Sheldrake Limited.
What aspects have you looked at that can help save on costs?
We've had to really look at our systems and how we can make it better. We've had to have a look at our oil change periods to really put dollars into the bottom line. And we were changing our oils at the 20,000 K mark for our Cumminses, and about 15,000 for our Caterpillars. The manufacturer's recommendations, and with the conception of putting Castrol into our fleet. And we found that on our line haul trucks we were able to put them up to 28,000 Ks and still not have any major fluctuations in our oil sampling with any deterioration of the oil at that time. And our logging units we've put down at around about 20,000 Ks. They do a lot slower speed, doing a lot more heavy haul off-highway use. About 40% of their day is off-highway with up to 60-tonne payloads on.
Has oil analysis been helpful in setting your service intervals?
Most definitely. We do that on every oil change. That includes axles and also gearboxes. We were quite happy to settle for our freight trucks at the 28,000.
Graham, what's the average life you get out of your trucks?
We do about 120,000 Ks a year, and we'll keep a logging truck for 9 or 10 years. On life, we find that the cabs and chassis and stuff like that can handle that, and it's just in that time we'll expect to probably do maybe pistons and liners and the motors and roll a set of bearings in around the 500,000. No other major work's done on those motors, and that'll get us through to the million Ks or whatever, just over to 1.2 million Ks before we sell the vehicle. The line haul freight, we'd expect to get 1.5 million K out of it.
Has Castrol helped to extend your drain intervals as well as cut costs?
Yep, certainly does. That has really been good for our company to do that. Less time off the road, less time in the workshops doing oil changes, and things that we've saved to add funds to the bottom line, and that's what we're really all about.
Do you also use Castrol lubricants in your diffs?
We use Castrol product in all those. We run, most of our freight trucks are running at 400,000 Ks, and our loggers, we're changing those out at 300,000 kilometres for diffs. We sample those periodically to just get an idea if there's anything going on in there. All our equipment is run with temperature gauges on all the diffs, so we've got to really keep an eye on the temperature of what's going on. But since we moved into synthetics, and we've found that that's been exceptionally good to us. Since we've changed to that, I can't actually remember when we actually changed our last diff or failure. So that's a testament to that product.
Since changing over to Castrol, have you noticed any temperature change?
When we went to synthetics, we had a change. We were running just a normal EP prior to that, and when we went to the synthetics, it dropped by about 20 centigrade. From around the 75, 80 down into the 60s. Quite a marked temperature change with going to that synthetic product. A little bit more expensive, but more than double. We were changing EP at around about the 100,000 Ks, which was 12 monthly for us on the logs, and now we do it every 2 years or maybe 3 years if we can, depending on the kilometres of the vehicles.
Is it your passion for your trucks or for the industry that keeps you going?
I have a passion for the industry more so than for my trucks.